now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazawey. Let's talk some sports.
And here we go. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the Ermanni and Edwards show with Maz. As you'll notice, Ermanni's not here today. Edwards not here today. But we still got a hell of a show planned for you right here on woodwardsports.com. My name is Stick. You may recognize the guy to my left. He does all the Lions post-game shows with me. Anson Wells with his very first appearance on the big desk, baby.
Super happy to be here. Very, very happy to be here.
And then, of course, we have Tom Mazawey sitting in the casting couch chair. How you doing today, Tom?
I'm good, fellas. I get to work with you two guys today. So let's have a post-game show, shall we?
Hey, we got the bottle of champagne ready. We got some blue shots, some chicks dancing. I'm ready like we do it on the brass rail every Sunday.
It was a very fine Sunday.
This past week was a lot of fun. Also making his debut for the first time ever in the sound booth, we have Rogelio, straight off of jury duty, Castillo in the house.
Guilty.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Rogelio.
Can you talk about the case?
No.
Come on, Ro.
But at least it's an interesting case. He told me what it was about. It's are you allowed to say what it's about? Okay.
No.
So
No, I can't,
he didn't tell me what it was about.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting case from my understanding of what I wasn't told.
Yeah.
And then we have Fletch, of course, making sure we look good, sound good, and feel good in the TD booth. So thank you guys for being a part of the show. Thank you for everybody that's tapping in right now on woodwardsports.com. And yes, that is Fletch with his sexy hair in the thumbnail picture. So
You know, my dad's tuning in on the app today.
oh yeah,
Got him download the app. He's excited.
and I got my typical Friday cocktail. So it's a little bit of a after party type vibe we got going on here on the Ermanni and Edwards show.
Fridays at the cut.
Let's see. Maz put together the prep today. We got a lot of stuff. Lions, Bears, obviously trending. Thursday Night Football was last night. We're going to talk about that. Michigan playing Nebraska. Michigan State playing on an aircraft carrier
On
tonight.
Veterans Day.
Huh?
On Veterans Day.
Yeah, I love that. To me, like, the last time they played, it was North Carolina that they played last time. Just the pictures from that was so absolutely beautiful. And I love how they just do that in different areas, right? Like, basketball is probably one of the only sports that you could do that with. Just pick it up, put a court anywhere, and play. But to be on an aircraft carrier, pretty effing cool.
It's on the USS Abraham Lincoln, stationed in San Diego. Should be gorgeous later on. 6:30 tip here. That means 3:30 tip on the coast.
See, I wish NBA did this too. You know, I wish like the NBA would go play a game at Rutgers or something like that. Like, just switch it up a little. You know, like, it's
They
cool.
did play. The Nets used to play at Piscataway on Rutgers Court back in the day in their Jersey days.
In the ABA days.
No, in their NBA days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they played at the Rack. They played at Rutgers.
That would be awesome to see that, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Well, let's get right on into it. I mean, let's just go Lions talk right off the bat. Obviously, big game happening this Sunday, taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. A lot of people aren't giving really the Lions a chance because of what we do against mobile quarterbacks.
What we don't do.
Not exactly the Lions' strength.
And, of course, it's a road game. They've lost 13 straight in Dan Campbell's tenure. And that's a big hill to climb. If you can get your first road win, that's big.
Yeah, and remember, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago, the Lions went like 3 years without winning a road game. And, you know, we're slowly inching back to that era. But this is what Dan Campbell had to say about their 13-game road losing streak under his watch.
Boy, that's brutal. When you just said that, I hadn't thought of it like that. You know, that's rough. I think we will talk about that now that you I think what we talk about is, hey, man, first road win. This is an opportunity to get the first road win. But you have to treat the game no matter, you know, on the road, at home, no different, man. It's all about how do we prepare for this opponent, the work you put in, the consistency, and the little things.
Now, you know I'm a Dan Campbell guy. That response kind of scared me.
Yeah.
Can you play back just the first 5 seconds of that response real quick, Fletch? And I want you to, if you took away what I took away, listen to what he has to say.
Boy, that's brutal. When you just said that, I hadn't thought of it like that. You know,
Did he not think of it like that, or did
What?
he not even know?
What?
Right?
Are you so unaware that you have not run a road game in 13 tries? Like, did an actual reporter just bring that to Dan Campbell's attention? Do you believe that, or do you think that he's just trying to play it off?
Listen, it's so familiar for us to not win on the road that, yeah, we could just think it's normal. For him coming in here, you got to know these things. You've got to think about these things. You've got to prepare for these things. It's something. It's board, whiteboard material. I'm really let down on that clip.
No, he knows. He talks about the road losses. The question had to have been asked differently.
I mean, how do you ask that question different? Do you know that you've never won a game on the road? Like, how many ways can you ask that question?
I don't know. Maybe the reporter asked, how important is it for you to win on the road? Something like that.
And he's like, I never thought of that?
I hadn't thought of it that way. I don't know. I don't think he asked him flat out, hey, did you know this is going to be maybe your first win on the road? He knows. He's been talking about it.
Yeah, I just would have loved the response of, yeah, I'm well aware of that. It's an issue, and it's something I'm working towards every day. I can't sleep at night because we haven't won a game on the road. Like, that's the type of response I want out of the head coach. I want somebody that knows everything that's going on with their team, and a beat reporter isn't bringing something to their attention like, holy hell, we haven't won a game on the road in 2 years?
Yeah, and that's just not part of him as a coach. He's not on the details. He is a rah-rah guy. He's a culture guy. And I'm not surprised seeing little things like this slip past him, or even if he's aware of it, not thinking about it and turning it into a spin to propel his team, emotionally. And it's frustrating seeing things like this, these breaks in him as a head coach, because like you said, there's guys out there that are just analytical and they don't let anything like this slip by them.
Yeah, I bet you Bill Belichick could tell us every road loss he's ever had in the history of his
he
tenure
could.
of coaching. Noah from the WoodwardSports.com chat right now is saying he was responding sarcastically. I didn't pick up sarcasm in that.
None.
Did you?
Well,
Not at
Noah
all.
listens to the entire press conference. So.
Yeah, and that's I will take Noah's opinion in that, but come on, man. Even if you're sarcastic, like when you're losing, now's not the time to joke, homie. When you're
100%.
winning, go ahead. Laugh it up. Let's pretend we don't know things that we absolutely know. But when you're losing, it's time to be like, no, I got this. You're damn right. And we need to fix that problem immediately.
There's a time and a place, and 2-6 is not it.
Yeah, well, that's where we're sitting
The
right
spread
now.
did drop down to 2.5 today.
Which is interesting
Little
because...
late money on the Lions here.
And usually, I'm not sure if this is the way sportsbooks still work, but back in the day, if you were +3 at home, that's pretty much even. Whenever you're at home, they give you +3.
Correct.
So for the Lions to be 2.5-point underdogs, technically they're half-point favorites going into this game. Vegas looks at them as a favorite if they were playing at a neutral site.
Fact.
That's interesting.
Do you see them as a favorite? We talked on Sunday, and we liked them to win.
I did like them to win.
Yeah, I think I've changed my mind since then. We got Chase Claypool, who only took about 35% of the snaps last week. He's going to get into that offense. You're going to see him at 80 to 90% snaps. Your boy Cole Kmet has become a big part of this offense. And we watched Fields go from completing about 51% of his passes in the first half of the season. Now he's doing 63%. We struggle on the road, clearly. We struggle with mobile quarterbacks. I know you hate when I say it, but it's a trap.
For who? Us?
For the Lions.
For the Lions?
Yeah, coming in, the timing's really nice for the first road victory. The big, the big victory over Sharon Rodgers and carrying that momentum in.
Better be careful. That's Maz's boy. Maz loves him some Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he was Sharon on Sunday, brother.
That's fine. He played his worst game.
No doubt.
Now look, and right there, Packers 5-game losing streak for the first time
But
since
check it out.
2008.
The Bears have put up 84 points in the last 2 games, but they're giving up more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've given up 84 and they've scored 70 some odd. So the Bears come in, they've lost 4 of their last 5. So they're not a hell of a lot better than the Lions. These are 2 even teams. The only difference is Justin Fields. He's a superb running back, and the Lions have to make him pass. You have to keep him in the pocket. Easier said than done. It's going to be Josh Paschal, and it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson moving all around that field, inside, outside. Got to keep him in there. It didn't work with Jalen Hurts. Philadelphia is a lot better than the Chicago Bears. It just might work in this game, and they get themselves a 2-game winning streak here. There's a good opportunity for the Lions to steal one on the road.
You brought up Aiden Hutchinson, and he said he's kind of feeling pretty good about going to Chicago inside Soldier Field and doing what he does. Here's what he had to say.
Things have really started to slow down, and just even in how I game plan and how I see things, and I think it's gotten a lot better for me, and I think I mean obviously talking about my progression is definitely on that upward trend. I feel like, and especially with some of the scheme changes, I feel like have been helping me and getting me in better positions.
And I love that, because one of the things that I think all of us felt Aiden Hutchinson was doing was too much early on, just trying to be Mr. Everything to everyone. And when you're doing that, you're playing kind of outside your mode. And now it seems like he's like, the game's starting to slow down a little bit. And when rookies start seeing the game slower, that's when they start to take that next step. And he's had flashes. He hasn't been the end-all, be-all like we thought. But at the end of the day, you look at his stats, and he's probably the best defensive lineman that came out of this draft.
Yeah, and you start adding guys like Kirby to the mix and putting Pascal on the other end. He's asked to do less as the game starts to slow down for him. Starting the season, they pegged him for 8.5. That was the over-under for sacks. Right now he sits at 4.5. He's trending to about 9.5 at this point. I think he has a big second half as the Lions defense continues to gel, continues to get healthy, and some of these younger guys start to contribute a little bit more. And again, he's just asked to do less. So I like him to eclipse that 9.5 point. You think he makes it to double-digit sacks as a rookie?
I think he definitely can. But to me, this game is more about him not making the play. It's about him being that contained guy, not overrunning the quarterback so Fields can get up the field. And that's what I'm looking for out of Aiden Hutchinson during this game. I'm not really looking for him to dominate and get a ton of sacks. I'm looking for him to put pressure and make sure he isn't being pushed beyond Fields and opening up that running lane. Because against a running quarterback, it's not always about getting him in the backfield. It's about keeping him in the pocket where he's kind of uncomfortable and make him have pressure. So if Hutchinson can do that, if he doesn't get 2-3 sacks, I'm okay with it. But if I see him pushing the line and not going past Justin Fields and open up those running lanes, I think that's a small evolution of Aiden Hutchinson.
And it's an evolution of the Lions in general. When you see what we did in week 1, how we got torched by Hurts. We're close at times, but he just ran and did whatever he wanted. He found and made big plays. And we'll see a lot of that this week if we're not able to contain. And the young guys on the edges now, I think that they're starting to kind of morph into that unit that we were hoping they'd be at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, let's face it. The defense has turned around the last couple weeks. I mean, that's the bottom line. Unfortunately, the offense hasn't really kept suit with that, and that's the other side of the coin, right? We're talking about the defense, what they're going to have to do against Justin Fields. Last time this offense went on the road outdoors, they didn't put up a point. That's scary.
That was against Belichick and the Pats.
It's still the outdoors.
Matt Patricia.
Yeah. Oh God, Matt Patricia.
That was a horrible game. That was a game that really disappointed me. That's the worst game of the year to me, and I said it then. Hopefully they could throw that game out of their mind and move on, and they did because they shut the Cowboys down, should have won that game. The Dolphins, they made some mistakes in the secondary, cost Aubrey Pleasant his job, and then last week they keep the Packers to 1 touchdown. But what more do you want from the defense? They're getting better since the break. AG's got them playing. He does.
Yeah, last week was almost a bend but don't break defense. They did give up over 400 passing yards, so it's not like they shut them down. But in the red zone, they tightened up and got those turnovers, and that's what you want for that defense. Just they're going to have to create turnovers if the Lions' defense is going to be successful. But you want to know what else is successful? Getting that beautiful tan that my man Maz has. And where can you go get that beautiful dark brown skin you got, baby?
Well, you got to be born in the Arab nations, first of all. Secondly, you got to keep it that way by going to Chili Peppers Tanning, 27 locations and more on the way to right here on Woodward Avenue. If you join the Pepper Club, they're going to save you $5 against any competitor on unlimited tanning and more. Check them out. The cleanest salons in the D, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. It's ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Ooh, Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, and you can order your limited edition six-pack right now. Go to CintronWorld.com/Red Wings, and you can have that while you watch the Red Wing games. Or if you go to LCA, grab yourself a Cintron there because they got them on deck, as well as Kroger, too. So make sure, if you want that natural energy, that sparkling energy, you hit up Cintron.
Some of my best calls, in my opinion, have resulted in 0 yards. And we've just been that close to hit. And then some of my worst calls have been some big plays for us because the players make it right, and that's kind of the give and take, of play calling.
That is the man, the myth, the legend, Ben Johnson right there, Lions offensive coordinator, talking about just pretty much his play calling and what it means to him. Welcome to the WoodwardSports.com. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. That is Anson Wells, filling in for Braylon Edwards today. And normally I'd say I'm filling in for Braylon, but I know you got that Sparty, Michigan thing going on. So
anytime you can replace a Wolverine with a Spartan, it's a win.
Raj is shaking his head in the sound booth right now. We got Rogelio doing sound, Tom Mazawey in the Tom Mazawey chair, and, of course, Fletch. Like I said, that was Ben Johnson talking about the play calling. We spent a little bit of time in the first part of this talking about the defense for the Detroit Lions and what they're going to have to do against Justin Fields. What do you think the offense has to do? What are you looking for out of the offense in this game against Chicago?
They got to show up. This is a Roquan-less defense. They haven't really been able to, what they give up 35 points last week. We have seen a tale of two teams every week. It's either the offense performs and the defense doesn't, or the defense comes and shows up and the offense doesn't. Last week was the first time that I really felt like both teams kind of showed up.
Yeah.
And I think that the Bears provide an opportunity for the defense as well as the offense to show up. But the offense has to create plays now that we've got our healthy playmakers back. St. Brown's healthy. Swift is crying about playing time, and he deserves to get it. This is a major moment for Ben Johnson's offense, I believe.
Did you see what DeAndre Swift said about his usage last week? Dave Burkett put up a tweet about that, I believe.
He did.
And here it is right there. DeAndre Swift, quote, got pissed off a little bit at usage versus the Packers. Detroit Lions want more explosive plays. And you know what? During Hard Knocks, we were doing the Hard Knocks after watch parties for that. And there was a moment where Deuce Staley was trying to pump up Swift, and Swift was just sitting there, and he's telling him, "You could be the best running back ever." And Swift was like, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, "That's not really what I want to see out of a guy." Him bitching about playing time, about not getting his run, that's what I want to see out of my alpha running back, right?
100%.
And DeAndre Swift, when he is healthy, changes the course of what the Detroit Lions can do offensively, what Ben Johnson can call play-wise, and he can make up for some of those blemishes that aren't there. I mean, you saw it earlier in the season. Dude fell down on the field and got up and scored a touchdown. How many NFL players have you ever seen do that, period?
And what kind of stress level do you create in a defensive coordinator when you trot him out on the field? They're scheming completely differently for a swiftless Lions team. When they come out there with just Jamal Williams, it's a much easier scheme for the defensive coordinators. When Swift's out there, there's so many different things that he can do. It just changes our offense completely and allows our other guys to step up and make plays as well.
We all know he's phenomenal. He's a great back. He can catch. He can run. He could bowl you over. He can't stay on the field. So the Lions are handling him with kick gloves. Otherwise, they would just believe us. Believe me, DeAndre. We want to see on the field So do the Lions. They want to see you on the field. You got to stay on the field to make it. I mean, it is what it is. I want to see the guy out there. And I hope he's healthy enough. He had the shoulder, had the knee. Then he got almost concussed by his own player last week. I hope he's 100%, and we have an issue. Put him out there, man.
And that's the thing. Listen, if he's going to get hurt and we're going to use him sparingly where it really doesn't help the squad, then just run his ass out there until it's over. You know, like I hate to say that. It's like not what a player wants to hear, but you know what? I'm going to put you out there and we're going to keep using you. You're bitching about it? Okay, now it's on you to stay healthy and stay on the field because you're telling me you want more playing time. I'm trying to protect you. Fine, I'm no longer protecting you, but you get hurt. I don't want to hear any of that bitching.
Yeah, I think one of the issues with our usage of Swift is at this point, we're so desperate to have his playmaking ability on the field that it seems like 80% of the time that he's in on a play, it's designed for him, whether he's getting the ball through a carry or he's the first look through a pass play. I'd like to see them use him a little bit more without actually using him in plays, getting him on the field, creating that confusion and stress in the defensive coordinator, keeping him healthy and playing all three straight games and less touches versus just being out there one of 3 games. That's a win.
Hey, the Bears have given up, I told you, in the 80s, the last 2 games. So the Lion offense should have literally a field day, pardon my pun there. But they're missing Roquan Smith.
A Justin Fields day?
A Justin Fields day. No Roquan Smith, no Robert Quinn. They've basically given up the boat on defense right now. Matt Eberflus is a defensive coach. The Bears were always well coached on defense, and they're missing their 2 best players. They shipped them away for the future. They got a ton of draft picks coming up, like the Lions, but they looks like they have their quarterback of the future, and that is going to be the key. The Lions will score a lot in this game. They will. Now, can they keep the Bears under 30 points? Because the Bears are starting to roll on offense.
Let me ask you guys something. What about the fact that Jamal Williams is right now he's sitting at 545 yards for the year? Does the Swift kind of intimidated by his presence?
And that's one thing that I was afraid of with that alpha dog mentality. That honestly, when I saw him sitting back when he was being told he could be the best ever and him kind of being aloof about it, that was my fear, because you got a guy like Jamal Williams who is rabid. Like, he just wants the ball. He wants to run. He wants to run over people. He set the Lions franchise record for touchdowns in the first 7 games, beating Barry Sanders. I mean, he's doing things that nobody else has done. And if I'm DeAndre Swift, yeah, I'm a little concerned. It should be a complimentary thing, like, all right, thunder and lightning, like we had with Joik Bell and Reggie Bush back in the day. But I honestly think that Jamal Williams has put a lot of pressure on DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, and we need him to. We're a better team for it. Can Swift step up? I have that mental fortitude to kind of meet that challenge in his own backfield. And I worry about him. I loved seeing that quote that he's fired up and he wants that playing time, but there's a quiet side to him that I worry about. That's not what you want in an alpha running back. No, but we do want him on the field. That's Certainly. The bottom line. When he is on the field, the Lions offense is just unpredictable. Yeah, it's scary. We're a scary offense when he's there, and we've got our receivers healthy.
This could be a Seattle game. Remember the Seattle score?
Oh,
48,
97 to 90.
This could be that kind of game. The Lions can score with anybody when they get rolling. And like I said, the Bears' offense is kicking butt lately. They really are. And it's going to be hard to keep that kid in the pocket. Very hard to keep Justin Fields in the pocket. He's rolling 174 yards on the ground last week.
But that's part of the reason why the Lions offense has to put their authority on this game, too, to keep their one weapon off the field. I'm not really worried about anything else for the Chicago Bears besides Justin Fields.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, they're running back.
They got Herbert and Montgomery.
I was going to say Khalil Herbert he's showed out a little bit, but I'm not too concerned with Khalil Herbert.
No, well, our strength, if there is a strength on this defense, is our ability to somewhat check the running game. They do have 3 great, very capable players in terms of running the ball. My biggest concern is who is Chase Claypool in this offense? We didn't get to see it last week.
He's N'Keal Harry.
We'll see. We'll see.
They just don't have any wide receiver help there.
No.
That's the bad part. We know what the weather's going to be like this weekend, too?
Yeah, 39 and sunny. Perfect.
Oh, that's perfect football.
Maybe in the 40s, perhaps. Perfect.
Yeah.
Not even windy.
No, this is a game the Lions have to put their
You want to
stamp
bet
on.
the over? This is the over game of the week.
You think
and
so?
you want to put some fantasy points on your board? Play both sides of this ball. No doubt about it.
Yeah, Mike Clayton was just talking about who he would start at fantasy quarterback right here on the TV, and he was saying Justin Fields.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's the flyer he would take this week. That's kind of scary to me. There has to be a leveling off point. What Justin Fields did last week is not going to be what he does every week. So thinking that he's going to run for 100.
A little bit less.
What's that?
The week prior, he did almost as good.
Yeah, well, to think he's going to run for
good
170 yards again, I think is a
Why
wish
not?
and a hope.
Man, I sure
Why
hope
not?
not. Sure hope not.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Because it just doesn't happen.
Against the Lions,
This
it
is
does.
the Lions. Rashad Penny has just a couple of 200-yard games. They're both against the Lions.
Oh, I believe
rushing
me.
and passing.
Believe me, I know that. It's just in NFL history, this does, like, you don't as a quarterback. Even Michael Vick wasn't putting up back-to-back 150-yard games.
Is that similar to 66-yard field goals that don't happen?
Don't bring that up.
It's the Lions, man.
Did you see Justin Tucker hit an 80-yard field goal in warm-ups?
Yes.
Yeah. He's
That was
he's
so
all right.
crazy.
Unbelievable, man. Who's
Get
our
the
kicker?
hell out of here, Justin
Who's our
Tucker.
kicker?
Get the hell out
do
of
we
here.
even have a
Michael
kick-
Badgley.
Oh, yeah, Badgley's our kicker.
The
We've seen him twice on the field since he's come over here.
the most added kicker in fantasy sports right now.
Is Badgley?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
They must be at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, but I mean, the Lions do have a great offense. Sometimes
They don't use the kicker, though, Anson.
Well, they have been. They have been, and actually, I was kind of shocked. I had to look at Badgley's numbers, and since they kind of figured out we got to take the points, he's been putting up some 10 spots.
Okay.
Well, you know, in fantasy football, you're looking for a kicker on a team that can move the ball but can't put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the last couple games, that's been the Lions.
Let's make a prediction. The first fourth down of the game for the Lions. Are they going to go for it, punt, or kick a field goal?
Oh,
I'm not going to tell you where they are. We're just going to take
It doesn't
our
matter
guesses.
with Dan Campbell. We
I'm
could be
just
at our
gonna
own
say this.
35 and
They're
he's going
gonna go
for it.
That's what
Welcome
you
to
say.
Lions prop bets.
They're going to go for it. That's what they're going to do.
I got one for you after this one.
Fourth down hell. Fourth down hell. Go ahead, Anson. What do you got?
I think they punt.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I think they punt.
He's the most expensive player on the special teams, that's for sure. Jack Fox got paid. They just don't use him very often.
Stick's favorite Lion.
Jack Fox. If Jack Fox isn't your favorite Lion, you have not been watching the past 2 years. Like, who the hell else are you rooting for? If you're not rooting for Jack Fox, you're strictly rooting for potential. That's the only thing you're doing if you're a Lions fan. Jack Fox is the best player on the Detroit Lions. He has the best completion percentage. He is our best punter. He is our best place kicker. I would argue he's probably our best field goal kicker. We're just not trying to overuse him.
And since since kicking off for us now, he is number 7 in the league in touchback percentage. Can we get him to kick field goals, please? It'd be like having a 54-man roster.
Yeah, and Southpaw Slabs just brought it up in the WoodwardSports.com chat, remembering when Jack Fox punted the ball into the back of the Woodward Sports truck from 35 yards away. Like, the guy's just special. He was just peppering the truck with footballs from 35 yards away. It was amazing to watch this guy out there kick. Like, it really was. And he was a high school quarterback, so that's why I believe he's 6 for 6 on fake punt completions. I love Jack Fox. Jack Fox, I love you. Thank you for being a Detroit Lion.
No doubt.
Like, I don't buy jerseys, but I'd wear a Jack Fox jersey if someone bought it for me.
Okay,
With Fox or stick on the back?
With Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like putting grown-ass names on my back of other men, but I would do it for Jack Fox.
Foxy stick.
There we go.
There you go.
Do you own a Lions jersey?
What's that? Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a 2-0 on it.
Oh, okay.
Me too.
You both have Barry Sanders. What about you, Rahilio?
I don't have one, but I did. The last Lions jersey I had was Joey Harrington.
Ooh,
And
Joey
a
Blue
boy.
Sky.
Sat down and played the piano with that on. I don't think I've ever had a Lions jersey. I can't think off the top of my head. I've never owned a Lions.
Remedy that.
Yeah, I don't.
Remedy that.
The last professional sports jersey I bought was a Joel Zumaya 54 white Tigers jersey.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Zoom's birthday, by the way.
Oh, no. How old is he now? Mid-30s?
I'm not sure.
Bring him back. Bring him and Verlander back, baby.
I want one more prop bet because we talked about this last week before the game, and it was the punts. How many punts will we force? Because last week we only forced one punt Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Line was 4.5. I don't know what it is right now, but what would you set it?
Under.
Under, yeah?
Under 4.5.
Wow.
If you say 4.5, I'm
Scary.
saying under.
Scary.
Our defense would have to be a big part of that, and you know what defense you can never doubt? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm talking about Guardian Alarm. That is the home defense experts, and they're your local security experts. So you want that peace of mind whenever you leave the home.
Number one, so close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG, and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
For a limited time only at Big Boy, check them out for the loaded fries and burgers. It's not just the Slim Jim anymore. You now know it as the Big Jim. And those new burgers, the chili cheeseburger and the bacon blue, and those fries, upgrade them. Chili cheese fries, nacho fries, baked potato fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
And Edwards. Hey, there we go. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. That is Anson Wells, filling in for Braylon Edwards. Tom Mazawey on the couch. Rogelio in the sound booth on the 1s and 2s. And, of course, Fletch. We talked about the Lions pretty much the first half hour of the show. Some other things going on in the NFL. And I may piss some people off right now. But this is just my opinion, and I'm so sick of hearing about the Jeff Saturday situation. I'm hearing about it on ESPN, Ryan Clark complaining. I'm hearing about Colin Cowherd, Joy complaining. And now the latest to speak out is Joe Thomas. If you want to throw up his tweet, go ahead. This is I don't know why Pro Football Talk called this a great quote from Joe Thomas. It's just a quote. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination. It was the most egregious thing I can ever remember happening in the NFL. I went 1-31 my last 2 years in the NFL. I'm assuming he was on the toilet while he was tweeting that, because that is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Everybody that's crying about this Jeff Saturday situation, that he got the job because he's friends with the GM, welcome to life. This is how it works. If you know people, you are more likely to get positions than if you don't know people. I don't care what color you are, Ryan Clark. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin, Ryan Clark. It has everything to do with networking. And last night I'm watching Amazon Prime, and what do those jackasses have to say? Richard Sherman's on there talking about, well, 50% of all NFL employees and high-end people are relatives of people that are already in the company. Once again, welcome to real life. It's almost like people try to bust their ass, create a living that they can pass on to their children. Oh my God, it's almost like the American dream. I'm going to create a business so that way my son doesn't have to. I can hand it to him. I'm going to work my way up in the NFL so that way if my son wants to get his foot in the door, I can give that to him. It's called real life. My dad was a truck driver. I didn't have many hookups in life, but that's the way it is. That's the ball we were all born with. So for everybody complaining that Saturday got a job and it's so unfair to everybody else, you go make friends with somebody who owns a football team, and I guarantee you may wind up with a position. Look at Rod Wood for the Detroit Lions. He knows nothing about football. Nothing. But you know what he does? He does know finances, and that's his job, to handle the finance. People complain, Rod Wood doesn't know anything. Like, shut the hell up and understand life is about connections. Life is about knowing people. The more you know, the better opportunities you will have. If you just sit here and bitch, that's all you're going to be, as someone who sits on the sideline and bitches. I hate the sentiment about what is happening with Saturday. This is like Chris Spielman being named the head coach of the Lions. Chris Spielman never has head coaching career. But you know what? He means a lot to the Detroit Lions. He's in the front office. He's friends with, obviously, Sheila Hamp. If he got the head coaching job, would we be crying about race with Chris Spielman? Would we be crying that he's... But no, Chris Spielman busted his ass for this franchise. He's still busting his ass for this franchise. Saturday represents the Colts beyond anything we know, because we're not in Indy. We don't know the affection that he has for that team, but I know damn well whenever I see him on ESPN, he's representing the Colts well. So just, can we stop with this narrative that this is wrong? No, this is life, and life is unfair. Get used to it. Raj, what do you want to say about that?
I was going to say, doesn't NBC have The More You Know with the shooting star across that we've known since we were kids? The more you know.
Yeah.
So like when you said that, it just kind of reminded me of that shooting star going across the sky. This is not a nepotism. It looks like to be. I don't like nepotism myself, but this is a guy who has lived and breathed the Colts for a long time. I don't personally have a problem with this whatsoever. I just think that just people. I understand, even me being a minority here, I understand the implications that
you're a minority.
Yeah, but it's just like, to me, don't push that narrative when in all reality, Jeff Saturday, who knows how much he really knows? And I don't know. For me, it seems like it just go right to that card. I don't like it.
Anson, you want to tackle this before me, or you want me to go?
Well, you'll get no fight from me on this at all. It sounds like a whole bunch of coaching wannabes that are just hating. They need their participation trophies. This, the united front throughout sports, the sports industry right now, is really what is kind of shocking to me. This is an in-house guy. We've seen coaches come up from out of nowhere. And at the end of the day, like Stick said, this is the real world. This is how it works. You build something to be able to pass it off, period. Yeah. You get to make the choice. That's it.
Okay, here's the scoop.
Let's hear it, Maz.
If you heard him speak on NFL Network, they're in Germany. He's on the dais, Joe Thomas, phenomenal offensive lineman for the Browns. And he's very good on the air now. He's coming into his own. He is saying, with all the coaches, it's an insult to guys that have coached their whole lives. He didn't say black, white, or anything. He said it's for coaches. It's a slap in their face to have this guy come in with zero experience, and he called him his drinking buddy. I'm just going to quote what Joe Thomas said. And he's like, and then he doubled down by saying, I'm glad he's not afraid because he doesn't know. I'm glad he doesn't know. So what he's like, he's talked about analytics or something like that. I don't have the exact quote, and we can't play these cuts for you, like we used to. It's unfortunate, but if you ever want to go on NFL Network, check it out, Joe Thomas, and you'll hear it. It's about a 3-minute diatribe. It's well spoken. He is just strictly speaking for the coaches. Now, they got 2 coaches on their team. They got John Fox, who won a Super Bowl, and they got the former Jacksonville head coach. It'll come to me in a second. Gus Bradley. 2 head coaches on that team. Now, put yourself in their shoes. You got Jeff Saturday coming in, and he's saying, matter of fact, yesterday they said it was a more spirited practice. He was making the offense, hey, get back on the field, run that again, run it again. Yep. And when they finally ran it, he said, that's the way you run it on Sunday. What do you think those 2 guys are saying to themselves? Well, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and I understand that, but once again, cry for me, baby. Just cry for me if that's what you're going to do. But here's the deal. So those guys have been head coaches, right? You're bringing in an interim guy. Why don't you bring in a guy that you know is probably not going to be your next head coach? Why ruffle the feathers? Why change so much within your organization when you know you're just bringing in a figurehead for a short amount of time? So there's more to this than just it's my drinking buddy. And I was listening to what Jim Irsay was saying, and he said, you're right. He doesn't come with the baggage that all these other head coaches and their bad habits have learned. And I equate this to like Tim Duncan. Remember when Tim Duncan first started playing basketball at Wake Forest? He only played for like 2-3 years. Then he went on to the pros and got Greg Popovich. And Popovich had the same quote about him. I'm glad he didn't pick up bad habits from AAU coaches. I'm glad I didn't have to unravel all this learned behavior that necessarily doesn't trickle into the NFL. So, like, sometimes there's a benefit to not knowing. Sometimes there's a benefit to just, I'm not going to say pure ignorance because the guy knows the game, but ignorance to, like, what you're supposed to do. And, you know, Dan Campbell is kind of the exact opposite of that. Like, he's coming in firing off fourth downs, and everybody knows you're not supposed to do that. Dan Campbell doesn't care. He hasn't learned yet. He will learn, but, like, that's
and
the thing.
He'll do it less when he has more talent on the team.
Yeah.
When he has more talent, he is not going to go on fourth down as many times as he does now. But getting back to the Colts, you're bringing in a guy. I'm not even talking about just head coaches, guys. I know he's got 2 head coaches on his staff, but there are guys out there that are aching for a chance to be a head coach that have went through all these years of training.
Boo-hoo. Cry for me.
Well,
you know,
I'm
there's
just
honestly,
saying.
Maz, there's people that have been aching their whole career to get on a sports network and talk sports.
I know that.
Guess what? Anson's sitting right here. I'm sitting right here. Raj is over here. Whenever you're a part of a public situation, there's always somebody that wants your job.
Yeah.
Work harder. That's my response to them. Work harder.
Well, and everyone is ignoring the fact that Frank Reich gets a guy of Ellinger's status put in. You have to work with this terrible, terrible garbage quarterback. The next week, his job is safe. And then they fire him. I just let the guy run his own franchise. Let's see what Saturday has to do. I think they like him long term. And he's got the history. He's got the love. And I don't think that there's many Colts fans that are upset right now.
Yeah,
I think it's the rest of the nation.
I think there are, Anson.
You
and
think?
I'll tell you when they got upset. 3 weeks ago, when Jim Irsay, Frank Reich, and Chris Ballard met, and they said, you know what? I'm just going to paraphrase, because this is exactly what happened. Jim Irsay said, get these quarterbacks the hell out of here. We brought in Carson Wentz last year. He sucked. We brought in Matty Ice this year. He's not going to be the answer. He's not going to get us to win a Super Bowl. Get rid of him. Put Sam Ehlinger in. Sam? He does the practice squad. Yeah, bring him in. Put him in. Not only that, say that it's for the rest of the year. It's over. I'm putting in my third-string quarterback. What does that tell you automatically?
Checking out.
They're checking out. So
tank
that's
time.
why it doesn't look good. Now, today, Matt Ryan has practiced for the first time in 3 weeks. I don't know what they're going to do. I'll make a prediction. The Colts will win less than 2 games for the rest of the year.
Oh.
And you know why? Because they want Andrew Luck again. That's why.
Gotcha.
Here's what I think is going to happen with the Colts. What position did Jeff Saturday play?
Center.
Offensive line?
Center.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to run the ball 57 times a game. They have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield.
Barely.
He's coming back from injury.
He won't stay on
They
the
have
field.
one of the top 5 offensive lines. What do you mean he won't stay on the field? He's been injured a couple games this season. He played all last year, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Careful, he's
gonna
Taylor apologist.
He's gonna
Apologist?
bro. He's
Actualist.
He's gonna have he's gonna have injuries.
Yeah.
Frank Ragnow injuries. He's not gonna play. He'll play here. Watch.
No.
Mark my words.
You know who's going to love playing for Jeff Saturday? Offensive linemen. You know who's going to love running behind those offensive linemen? Jonathan Taylor. Like, if you bring in an offensive lineman as a head coach, that's what they like to do. They're big nasties. They like to punch people. Unless you're Joe Thomas, you like to get Twitter fingers and cry about other people getting positions. Shut up, Joe Thomas. Go away. Go fishing like you did on draft day.
So Colts fans for sure are upset right now. My question for you, Maz, though, is are they happy with the Jeff Saturday hiring? Because to me, if we brought in Spielman as a head coach next year, I'd be okay with it.
So would I have. I mean, we'd all laugh and say, yeah, I was happy with Matt Millen. I made a mistake. There's mistakes. That's a mistake, what they did.
You know what's not a mistake, Maz? Taking care of your health, getting that weight right. And where can everybody go and do that?
Well, Custom Health Centers, of course, and Ryan Ermanni and I got a little contest going. Right now, he is dominating. He's lost 14 pounds to my 4 pounds. Well, I got to weigh in on Tuesday.
It's because of nepotism.
What can I tell you? Well, you got to get there. Dr. Jason is going to take great care of you guys. I'm taking all the supplements they're giving me. They get the diet ready for you. It's Custom Health loss. It's not even a diet. Just watch and listen. I have a coach as well. Her name is Tara. Get your customized approach to weight loss. Think of all the ways weight affects your body and your mind. It's been our honor to help many professional athletes lose weight and improve their health. People like Detroit Lion legend Eddie Murray and Piston. Back in the bad boy days, Rick Mahorn. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason in Custom Health at 844-789-8446. One more time on that number, 844-789-8446. Custom Health Center.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey, we got to give a big shout out to my man, Mike Phillips. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, Mike Phillips is your top priority to get you the things that you want. And it's real easy to get a hold of him. Just call that number that's on the screen right now, 313-403-0011. Mike Phillips is the number one guy that you need to be calling, whether you're buying, selling, or investing properties. Mike Phillips got your real estate needs. Game on, baby. Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. Everybody checking in on woodwardsports.com. We appreciate you. Matt's kind of shocked some people by saying he was excited about Matt Millen.
I was.
I was too.
I wanted Lou Riddick too. To tell you the truth, I'll go out there. I like Dan Orlovsky. Bring him in. I like these ESPN analysts out there, and I realize they've not been coaching.
I was going to say, now you're going. Somebody's going to be upset, though, man.
I don't want to upset anybody. That's the last thing I want to do is upset anybody, especially myself.
Yeah, I wish there was a list of people we could name for positions without upsetting anybody, but it's 2022, and no matter who you name anywhere, you're going to upset somebody. Welcome to the world.
Jeff Saturday never went 1-31 either.
Well, he's got his chance now.
Yes, he does.
He's got his chance now.
Who knows? Maybe he'll get him into the playoffs.
Maz, you want to go? You want to go around the NFL?
Of course, you know it. You know it. Let's start with last night's game, Thursday night football. Who here had the Panthers to win that game? Anybody?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? I had the Falcons on the sweep. I should have known better. 25-15, Carolina wins. Sloppy game in the rain.
The weather.
But your guy, I think you picked this guy up. Did you pick Dante Foreman up?
Yes. Not in a different league.
In a different league.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
He's been a beast everywhere he goes. He's one of those guys that's just kind of a product of usability. When he is used at a high level, Dante Foreman puts up numbers.
It's 130 yards and a touchdown last night.
And he was running hard as hell.
Put that stat up of him too, Fletch. Go ahead, Anson.
Yeah, the thing about him is every year I think he's out of the league.
Yeah.
And then week 9 he shows up somewhere and he leads the team in rushing.
Yeah, it was either him or Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard gets hurt. They're like, all right, we'll go with you because they traded CMC, of course, to the 49ers.
Yep.
Look at that numbers.
I got to be honest, I'm really disappointed in what Chuba Hubbard's become in the NFL. I thought he was coming out. I thought he was going to be not an elite back, but I thought he was going to be at least a top 25 back.
Give him some time.
You think so?
I think that,
he's got the opportunity now.
That's the big deal. But now Foreman's in front of him. I think next year, his third year, he ends up getting a little bit more of the share there. If they go and draft or sign a running back, who knows? But I don't see Foreman in a Carolina jersey next year.
Carolina's such a crap show.
Did you see Baker at the end of the game?
Yeah, his dumbass headbutting his teammates without a helmet on.
He didn't have a helmet on.
Like, what is wrong with Baker? Like, honestly, that's all he's got left. He's the rah-rah guy on the bench.
No, all right, I want to ask you guys about Baker.
He sucks.
Stay here for a second.
Easy.
I know you are. I'll ask Anson.
Yeah, ask Anson. You know how I feel. The idiot tried to plant a flag on turf.
I don't want to talk to you.
That's all I need to know about Baker.
Anson, what's your take on Baker? Do you think he rebounds next year with a different team, stays with Carolina. Do you see him as a quality starting quarterback anymore?
I think that he has the ability and skill to be a legitimate mid-tier, maybe even slightly above it. Well, top 12 quarterback in this league, but it's always been his mentality and his friction or lack of cohesion with his teammates. He's grown. I liked seeing him do the rah-rah stuff because it's not stuff that you really saw. It was typically all about him before. I would love to see him in a Lions uniform as a low-paid number 2 quarterback.
I like you. I'm sorry, guys. Yep, I've said it before.
Yeah, you also liked Matt Millen.
I'll say it again. I think Baker Mayfield is worth another try. And
that's what you said this year, and that's what Carolina was supposed to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they're a terrible team.
Oh, yeah. It's everybody else's fault.
No, they're a terrible team.
Yeah, with a terrible quarter. P.J. Walker was their 4th-string quarterback going into the season, and they're starting him over Baker Mayfield.
He's a USFL and Sam quarterback. And XFL quarterback.
Well, Sam Darnold's hurt at least. Baker Mayfield.
He's been activated, and there's two top 4.
He wasn't even dressed last night.
Oh, I thought that they activated.
He was not
they said
dressed
they were going
last
to.
night.
Okay.
No. But
he's trash, too.
What will it take for you to get off the Baker Mayfield bandwagon? One more team?
Retirement?
One more team.
But it's got to be a team that qualifies as good enough to give him the chance.
No, the next team he chooses.
So he goes to the Texans next year. You're not going to say, well, he went to the Texans.
I'm not. I'm going to say he's going to give him a full chance, and you got Brandon Cooks over there. You got a couple good draft picks coming up. Why the hell not?
I mean, he's throwing to Demir Bird right now.
He's throwing to DJ Moore.
Hey, I would love him here.
Come on, dude.
That's all they have, though, and he's getting triple teamed, it seems like.
Oh, my God. All Stafford had was Calvin Johnson. We didn't seem to care.
Calvin Johnson is a lot different than DJ Moore, my friend.
I don't know.
I cannot believe I'm on a show with Baker Mayfield apologists right now. This is unreal.
We're Baker Mayfield optimists.
Help me, Help me.
Optimists.
Look, Baker Mayfield is done. He's toast. I think the whole thing in Cleveland, when you go to Cleveland and play quarterback, you're a different person. You're never the same. And I think
it changes you.
Yeah, it changes you. It's just like,
Braylon can.
Yeah, Braylon can totally attest to that. But honestly, he's done. I mean, congratulations. We might see him in some pop-up league next year or something like that. I just think he's not a good quarterback. I like him too. I do. I really do. But Cleveland, the whole thing with Cleveland just really screwed him up.
Johnny Manziel 2.0.
Did you see what The Rock said a week ago?
That he could play for the XFL?
He said he could be the face of the XFL.
Yes, I will give you that. You are right. And that's about Baker Mayfield's level of production. Where else are we going around the NFL?
There's more to him. All right, how about Tom Brady, the poor guy? What a terrible year he's having. And I mean,
Tom Brady's worst year is my best year.
Yeah, it's not even on the field I'm talking about. Just nothing.
Boy.
Nothing is going right. Remember when he was hawking crypto with this FTX company?
Yep.
Well, they're bankrupt.
I mean, welcome to crypto. Everybody that was walking around crypto millionaires about this time last year, so not so much. And I love the people that were all bragging about their crypto now complain about people dogging crypto. And it's like, no, man, if you're gonna brag about it, you got to take the heat when it falls. What is it falling from 60 to now it's down to 18, 15,
16, yeah,
60,
something like that. There's an arena, and I think it's in Florida. If I'm not mistaken, who plays in it? It's named FTX Arena, and they have to continue their payments. They're already the company. The arena and the team are already looking to go past them and try to get somebody in there
the Binance arena.
Yeah, to save that. To try
what about Crypto.com in LA? Is that arena still rocking?
Who knows, man?
Remember OBJ took his contract. He took his LA contract in crypto, and he ended up only making $7,000 last year. Or something.
He lost money. He lost his contract.
By the way, that's the Miami Heat's home. That's where the FTX Arena is. Right now. So they're actually looking into changing the name already.
No, Woodward Sports Arena sounds pretty good.
Miami Heat.
The Heat.
I mean, they're still going to cash that check and get another one. So.
Remember NFTs? Remember when that was a thing?
Still kind of is.
Is it? Yeah. I haven't heard about crypto or NFTs in a good 6 months.
I still don't even know what an NFT is.
Oh, yeah?
I'm telling you.
I still don't even know what it is. It's like a fake souvenir?
Sure.
Is that what it is?
We'll call it that.
Okay,
it's
a fake souvenir.
Non-fungible token, which actually they're going to start using in like attorney and contract types of situations. So it's much bigger than what it has currently
Yeah, Mark
being
Cuban
used
came
for,
out and
but-
said they're going to start using it for tickets, and that's how your tickets are going to be. They're going to be NFTs, so you can keep your ticket as your souvenir.
thanks
But
anyway.
whatever. I mean, crypto. Listen,
It's
buy
inevitable.
gold. Gold is never going anywhere. Invest in gold.
Do I still have time for more Tom Brady news?
Yeah, we can hit one more.
It gets worse for Tom Brady.
How can it?
I don't think this is worse, though.
Well, his ex-wife just bought the mansion across from his.
Across the bay from his. It's not like they're next door to each
So
other.
the kids are like, hey, I'm going to Dad's house. I'm taking the boat. Okay, go ahead, honey.
You know, that's when my parents got separated. That's exactly what happened. I could walk from my dad's house to her house, and it was a nice situation.
Oh, kids.
So as long as they're, amicable and they can be in the same room together, why not stay close and keep their kids
That's a
near
great
each other,
take, Anson. I never thought of it that way.
It was my take in my life. So
Do you remember the guy who owned the Coliseum and Penthouse? I forget his name. It was the Topless Prophet. They did a show on Showtime with him.
Yeah.
And his ex lived next door to him, so he put up a big middle finger statue.
Alan.
Alan put up a big middle finger statue just facing her house. One of the best troll jobs ever.
That is pretty good.
You think Tom Brady's going to do that? Put up a big middle finger right at Giselle's house?
I think he's going to keep playing football and stay out of the neighborhood.
So what is the next news blurb, the negative one on Tom's terrible year? What's coming next?
Maybe the TB12 line goes out of business. His
Tom Brady partners with Yeezy. Who knows?
Maybe his pajamas and all that stuff that he wears doesn't work or causes cancer. I have no idea.
He's got his rings to cry on, so he'll be all right.
Tampa Bay Bucks caught cheating.
His podcast doesn't go anywhere. He has a podcast, but no one actually knew that unless.
Yeah, see, the worst things that can happen to Tom Brady are like the best things that can happen to the normal human. Like his podcast didn't take off. Okay, yeah, that's gonna crush Tom Brady. Like the guy's had a charmed life. He's doing pretty well.
Yep.
It's so sad that a guy like Tom Brady can like live this life and people still want to pick him apart at the end of the day. It's like, dude, he's lived a better life than any of us could ever dream of. And if you want to live a better life than you could dream of, sit in front row at the next Lions game. I'm talking Thanksgiving Day. You and your whole damn crew can be there, and it's real simple. We got a tweet right now pinned to the top of our Twitter at Woodward Sports. You go retweet that and tag 3 of your friends, and you could be sitting front row for the Lions game. And make sure all 3 of your friends are also following us. Plus, you could do it on Instagram too, so multiple ways to enter. I'd suggest doing it on both, so you got double the chances to win. But make sure you're tagging your friends so you could be front row Thanksgiving Day. Get some turducken with the Lions.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's a winter wonderland if you can shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Swiss Insurance Group and their employees, they're so heavily involved in their community, and I'm sure you're just like them. It's very rewarding, but it's very, you got to have a lot of responsibility when you're doing that. So if you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, the parents, and the volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today, or just email my man Mark right now. Even if you guys listening right now and the guys in the woodwardsports.com chat, do me a favor, email Mark at swissinsurance.com right now and just say hey from Woodward Sports. That's all I need you to do. Just say hey Mark. He would love that. So Swiss Insurance, make sure you get your insurance from them. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards live on woodwardsports.com. Thank you to everybody in the woodwardsports.com chat right now. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni. That is Anson Wells, filling in for Braylon Edwards. Tom Mazawey is here. Rahilio, the utility man of Woodward Sports, is also here. And then, of course, Fletch, who's also going to be holding it down on the Woodward heavyweights today from 5 to 7 as well. Lots of stuff going on here at Woodward Sports. High school football is in full swing. I'm going to be down at the Martin Luther King Brother Rice game tonight. Orchard Lake St. Mary's, my old school, is also playing tonight. I forget who they're playing, but that should be a W.
Where's the King game?
King game's at King. It's at King, so that should be a fun game, man. I love watching Dante Moore. You never know. This could be his last game playing high school football. So Dante Moore obviously going to Oregon, but fun.
Or MSU.
You think he's going to decommit?
There's rumors out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be sweet.
MSU needs all the help
If you
they can
see him
get.
tonight, ask him.
I will. I'll ask him after the game. Because usually we interview him after the game because he's normally the player of the game. But Dante Moore is the man. High school football playoffs are going on, but let's talk about some NFL playoffs. I kind of got a lot of feedback the other day when I tweeted out on the Woodward Sports Twitter that the Lions are just 2 games out of the wild card spot in the NFC.
They only got to jump 5 teams. That's it.
Not mathematically eliminated yet.
Until they're mathematically eliminated, they're in the game.
Talking about it.
No tragic number yet.
They're in the game. But let's take a look at the playoff picture right now as it stands. This would be the divisional round. The number 1 seed for the AFC, obviously the Bills. Number 1 for the NFC. You got the Eagles.
So they get the bye.
And this is where it gets interesting. These first-round matchups, and man, oh man, I love some NFL football, especially when it comes to playoff matchups. You got the Chargers versus the Chiefs. That would be fun to watch. You got the Dolphins versus the Ravens. I'll watch that 100 times.
That's a rematch. How about that game from like a month ago?
Yeah.
Remember that comeback by the Dolphins that beat the Baltimore Ravens? Ravens were up 21 in that game. Miami came storming back to win that game.
Yeah, I'd watch that 100
That'd be a
times
nice
out of 100.
rematch.
Your 5 seed versus your 4 seed, you'd have the Jets, Robert Salah and the Jets taking on the Titans. Then flip over to the NFC where NFC is just a crapshoot right now. Like I said, the Lions are 2 games out of being in this conversation.
This is a bad bunch.
San Francisco 49ers versus the Vikings, Giants versus the Sea Chickens. You have the Dallas Cowboys versus Tom Brady's.
We talked about how bad you thought the Sea Chickens were. I mean, there's 3 teams that I'm looking at here that I did not expect to see in the playoff contention, and they're both from New York and those Sea Chickens. It's fun to see these guys come up. You know, it gives us hope as Lions. We might be able to do this next year.
And hope is a wonderful thing.
It's a drug.
Hopium, baby.
And we are in week, 8 or 9 right now? So this
Week
is
10?
Week 10. So this is pretty early yet. Another 7 weeks to sort these things out. But obviously the biggest surprises, like you said, are the Jets and the Giants. No question about that.
And the Lions get a shot at both of them coming up
They
this
do,
season.
both in New York, both in Jersey. I mean, at East Rutherford. My top seed here in the NFC, I just think the 49ers are going to be almost unstoppable if they stay healthy. I really do. CMC to that team with Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and Jimmy Garoppolo just doing what he does.
Kittle.
That's right. Kittle's not having a great year, but
Your boy.
heck,
Do you like Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, I do. He just.
But you don't like Jared Goff. To me, they're the same dude.
No, not really. Not really. I think Jimmy G he's a step above Jared Goff. This is my opinion. They're both okay. I'd rather, if you're giving me a choice of the 2, I'm taking Jimmy G. That's just my choice.
Jimmy G over Jared G?
Yeah.
He has a different presence on the field.
Hey, he's a porn star. He walks in and, ladies.
Maybe that helps.
Everyone responds to a porn star, brother.
Right, it's not like Jared Goff isn't pulling hot chicks.
Oh my God, his fiance is beyond beautiful.
But just the swag that he comes in with, Jimmy G. You got
absolutely.
that swag.
He has a moxie and just a heavy presence to him, especially as he's gotten older in the NFL. And he also came up under Tom Brady and Belichick over in New England. I think that I'd much rather see him in a Lions uniform right now than our boy Goff.
Really?
And that's crazy for me to say.
See, I look at them as almost the exact same player, honestly. And I think that San Francisco feels the way about Jimmy G the way a lot of Lions fans feel about Jared Goff. Like, oh, we need to draft the next guy. We need the next guy in here. And they got their next guy in there. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but even while he was playing, Trey Lance did not look like that next guy. And Maz, I know this is kind of something that me and you disagree on. Like, you think the Lions should have drafted a quarterback last year, get ahead of this curve. But that's my biggest fear is we commit to the wrong person. And maybe that's because I'm newly divorced and I'm afraid of committing to a new person. But, like, it's the same thing for the San Francisco 49ers. They were like, what we have isn't good enough. We're going to upgrade. And all of a sudden, the upgrade don't look so good.
And he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
That helps. So the kid still might be good. Trey Lance might be good. But here's the quarterback, obviously, is the key to this whole thing. Look at the Bills. It's the third day in a row that Josh Allen has not practiced. It's looking bleak for him to be playing this Sunday against the Vikings. Case Keenum's getting all the work with the number ones. So it's Case Keenum and Stephon Diggs against their old team in the Minnesota Vikings. The old Minneapolis Miracle. It's the opposite this time. They'll be with the Bills. So the Bills, man, they're tedious atop the AFC East with the Dolphins breathing down their neck. And the Jets, not too shabby. Jets beat them last week. Bills they're going to need some help, man. Josh Allen's got to get healthy. I would sit him out a couple weeks here just to play it safe.
Yeah, the Josh Allen injury is interesting because he had the same injury rookie year, right? He sat out, I believe, 4 games his rookie year.
With the elbow?
Yeah, same injury, same exact injury, same arm, everything.
Okay, that's not very good.
Yeah, but it also shows that he was able to recover from it pretty quickly. And even when he had that injury last game, he still threw the ball 70 yards in the air while rolling to his left.
Right.
So,
but it hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still, that's an amazing throw. So he's still got the arm strength. I think Buffalo is just being uber cautious with him because he is the franchise quarterback. But if this was the playoffs, he's playing.
You're probably right.
It's UCL, right?
Yeah.
That's not something you play with your throwing arm. And as a rookie, you saw him sit for 4 weeks because of this. They're in the midst of a Super Bowl run. How long they can, afford to sit him, like you said, Maz, they got the Dolphins right behind him.
Yep.
I don't see this being a quick comeback for him. I think Case Keenum is a very capable backup quarterback, and that team itself is pretty great. You can't replace the best young quarterback in the league overnight or for even a month at all. But I would not be surprised to see this guy sit for a while and them to get right, because I think they know they're going to make the playoffs regardless, and you're not going to do anything without a healthy Allen.
We were betting at the beginning of the year, Braylon, myself, and Ryan. I think it was like week 4. We were like, how much would it cost? What are the odds on Buffalo going undefeated? Because that's how good they looked.
Yeah.
The first month of the season.
Sure.
Look what they did in week 1. They beat up the Rams, who now aren't very good. But the way they took care of the Rams week 1, I was like, man, I don't know how many teams are going to beat this team. But now I think they're on level playing ground. There's a lot of teams in the AFC, especially the Kansas City Chiefs, that would like to get another shot at the Buffalo Bills after what they did to them a couple weeks ago.
Well, so that was a look at what the playoffs would look like if they started today. And like I said, the Lions are in that conversation. They're only 2 games out, but the other conversation that they're involved in is top 10 draft picks.
I like that conversation.
And mock draft came out. It's Just Football came out with the 2023 NFL mock draft. And I hate that we're having mock draft conversations in November about the Lions, but here we are, sitting at number 1, the Texans taking Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama. Number 2, the Carolina Panthers taking the quarterback out of Kentucky, who I really like.
My guy.
You like this guy too?
Yeah, I brought him up to you a couple days ago, or 2 weeks ago at your house.
Yeah. Why do you like him?
Well, I think that his athleticism, his composure in the pocket, just him overall compared to Stroud and Young. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. We've seen what happens there. And
Justin Fields still a work in progress.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of guys that go to smaller schools and turn them into winning programs.
Yeah, and Bryce Young is just too small for me. Levis, I've been waiting to see in this top 3 conversation. It's finally starting to happen. Let's lose a couple more games, Lions.
Well, number 3, C.J. Stroud is going to the L.A. Raiders, replacing your boy Derek Carr already.
How about that?
Yeah,
that's about time he got replaced.
That's tough, man. I thought the Raiders were going to be such a better team this year. Will Anderson, a lot of guys, the Lions, a lot of Lions fans.
Pittsburgh, holy crow!
A lot of Lions fans love Will Anderson, the edge out of Alabama, going number 4 to the Steelers. And here the Lions sit at number 5, Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia.
Stud.
And that's interesting because I'm under I'm in the camp of all defense for this next draft for the Lions. And defensive tackle out of Georgia, pair him with an Aiden Hutchinson and a Josh Paschal. Now we're cooking with some fire, Maz. You don't look very excited about it. You want your quarterback, don't you?
I want my quarterback, but I want Bryce Young. I don't want to reach for.
But what do you do if he's off the board?
Yeah, well, then you got to.
Is there anyone out of those 3 quarterbacks that are in the NCAA right now that you would like?
Those 3 guys, not really.
So there's no like tier 2 for you this year.
Maybe the kid out of Boston College, Djokovic. Maybe I'll take a chance on him. Big, strong guy. Maybe you get him in the 3rd round. Who knows? Maybe or late 2nd round. They did a running back as well. Don't forget, you got to draft a running back this year.
And whose pick does? That's the Colts pick, right? That the Eagles have.
Thank you, Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. He is the gift that keeps on giving to the Eagles. Miles Murphy going at number 6. Offensive tackle Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern to the Cardinals. Quentin Johnson, the first wide receiver off the board from TCU.
That's a shocker. Instead of Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of Florida State, goes to the Bears. And Brian Brees, the defensive tackle out of Clemson, will piss Aaron Rodgers off because they're not giving him another weapon. Thing that's missing from here, though, Rams may be in this top 10, too.
It would be so beautiful. It would be so beautiful. That's exactly what I was thinking. And I mean, is there a way that we can move some of these pieces around and end up with 2 different Wills? Because I'd be really, really happy with that.
Who's your set? You want Levis and Anderson?
Yes, that's the dream, man.
The problem is that I see him messing around and winning a few games.
Who, the Lions?
I do.
Yep.
I do. Now,
I mean,
I'll ask all the Lion fans out there. I mean, you know how, guys, I've already told you how I feel. I want them to play hard every game and lose this year. I just do. I want a top 3 draft pick. I want the number 1 draft pick. So I want to ask everybody here in the chat, Woodward Sports Chat, and you 2 guys up at the top. Do you want them to win? Because you hear Braylon, you hear Ryan, you hear everybody. Adam in the morning. You got to learn how to win to win. Okay, I'll take that. I'd rather play hard, play my ass off, and maybe get screwed around at the end of a game and lose close and get one of these top picks in this upcoming draft. I'd rather not win this year because we're 2-6. That's the reason. If it was 4-4, then I'd want to win and try to make it in the playoffs. But they're 2-6. And I just want to hear from everybody. What say you guys?
Win. Just win, baby.
So you want to win, maybe get a top 15 pick.
I honestly don't care where we pick, to be honest with you. It's about who we pick, not where we pick. I've seen guys get picked at 15 that are much better prospects than guys that get picked at 7. So to me, it's not about where we're picked, and that's where me and Neil Rule have a lot of difference because he's Mr. Draft Capital. I'm more about what you do with what you have than where you're picking. So I just want to win, and right now, as bad as the Lions look, they're trending 2 games better than they did last year. Already.
Yep, we're ahead of where we were. I mean, it's a situation where you kind of have to take the balance of the 2. How do we have any ability to sign any good free agents this year if we just look completely lost? So you have to win some games. But at the same point, let's say we snuck into the playoffs. We'd get smoked in the wild card round. I mean, there's no delusions about that. Draft capital.
Yeah, but don't you want your rookies knowing what a playoff experience game is?
Sure, next year. But this is different from other years. This is where we have this just bushel load of picks that we're going to be able to put towards this team going forward. We need as much capital as possible. Trade around, move it around. Sign Lamar Jackson. Let's do this.
There you go. Now we're talking. Love that. Sign Lamar Jackson. Check out woodwardsports.com. There's an article up about how Lamar Jackson Detroit is one of his 3 destinations potentially.
He would have 4 times the amount of weapons that he's ever had in his entire career.
Yeah, it would be fun to see him with some weapons. Sports Marketing Agency. We got to tell you about them and all the good people over there. Sean Jordan is an NFL alumni, so he knows all about the hardships of dealing with substance abuse and dealing with mental health issues, and that's why they're here with their podcast. This is the S word, and the S stands for stigma. They want to break down that door so us strong men aren't afraid to talk about our feelings, because sometimes we get a little too stubborn for our own damn good, fellas. So make sure you go to the Sports Marketing Agency. That's the sportsma.com.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Hey, not only can you go to woodwardsports.com and click on shop to get some sweet Woodward Sports gear, if you want a free t-shirt, Big Frog is giving away all month long in Novi. You just walk in, tell them you want that Woodward Sports free t-shirt, and they will just hand you one hot off the presses. Go to bigfrog.com/Novi. If you got an order that you want a place to have something printed, 24-hour turnaround so you can have you and your whole team swagged up in 24 hours. It looks so good. bigfrog.com/Novi. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards featuring Tom Mazawey, a.k.a. Maz. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni. That is Anson Wells, filling in for Braylon Edwards. Of course, we got Rogelio, making sure the music sounds good, making sure the audio sounds good, and then Fletch just being Fletch, as anybody else can be. And if you're looking at the thumbnail, the guy with the beautiful long hair, that is our man Fletch. Good job, Fletch. Yeah, put yourself on camera. Let's see you on camera. We don't see you on camera enough during this show. Look at that. Look at that face. Without him, you wouldn't hear any of us. So that's either a blessing or a curse. You want to do fill in the blank, Maz?
Of course. It's a Friday. It's
fill in the blank
Friday. Rogelio, give me some music under us here for this one. Here we go, fellas. I'll start you off with an easy one. I know what Stick's going to pick on this one. The Green Bay Packers will win blank games this year. I'll let you start, Stick. Take a look, by the way. We have a little graphic for you.
How many have they won so far? 2?
You can see who they're playing.
How many have they won so far? 2?
Yeah. No, they got 3.
Aaron Rodgers on a 5-game losing streak?
3 wins they have.
Yeah, not many great quarterbacks go on 5-game losing streaks, but here we are with Aaron Rodgers. I guess he's not a great quarterback. Let's see. Either way, I'll give him 3 more wins. So 6 wins on the season. We'll go 6-11.
6-11 for the great Packers. Okay.
No one says they're great.
Okay.
Only you.
Well, they've been great. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Well,
they've been great.
Yeah, it's great. What have you done for me lately?
Anson, how about you? How many wins?
They'll have 7 wins going into Week 18, hosting the Lions in Green Bay. At that point, are we better? Or I don't know. I'm calling 8 games. I don't think we win that game in Green Bay.
So 8-7. They might get in the playoffs at 8-7. No, not 8-7. They'd be 8-9.
8-9.
They'd be 8-9.
Titans, Bears, Rams, Vikings, Lions. I think they beat them all.
I know it's a tough schedule up there. I saw it. I'm still picking them to win 9 games this year.
Yep,
I still say they win 9 games.
Bold prediction: the Lions will win more games than the Packers.
There you
this
go.
year.
That's a good prediction.
That's my bold prediction. Of the
He's certainly a fan of Sharon Rodgers, isn't he?
Oh, dude, this guy on Monday he was crying almost.
I was not
he
crying.
dropped the mic. He wouldn't talk anymore. because he was so busy defending how Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't won anything in 12 years,
I was
is
trying to
a
be
great
yelled
quarterback.
at by you, actually.
I wasn't yelling.
You were yelling.
I was explaining.
Hey, you remember our discussion on Sunday? Does Stafford go down as a better career quarterback than Aaron Rodgers at this
That's
point?
where you got that from him on Sunday?
No, I think logic will tell you
Okay.
that. Yeah, logic.
Statistics and one ring for each of them. I mean, they're really on equal footing at this
How
point.
many MVPs for Stafford?
Fair.
That's
Give you
that's
that.
the
What
only
does he
argument
have,
you have.
2 or 1? He's got 2, right?
3-0.
3. Ooh. That's impressive.
No, that is impressive. Yeah, that Super Bowl 12 years ago. Why don't we hold on to that for another? Like, that's the thing. Like, one of my biggest problems with Maz is he will sit here and defend Aaron Rodgers to the death. Oh, he's got MVPs. Oh, he won a Super Bowl 12 years ago. But he'll also call Tom Brady lucky and not give him his flowers. So that's where I get very frustrated.
Listen, I was
Tom Brady lucky?
I was ball busting Tom Brady for his whole career. He's a patriot. I'm an anti-patriot. Yes, I did say he did get lucky in quite a few of the Super Bowls. Yes, he is the GOAT. I'm giving him that. So stop telling me what I'm talking down about Tom Brady.
You are.
No, I'm not. I am not talking down about Tom Brady.
Who's a better quarterback, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Got himself out of that one real quick.
You got something, Rogelio?
No, I was just going to say, Maz, I've known you for a long time. You've been very consistent with the whole Tom Brady thing. So
Thank you. Appreciate
Consistently wrong. That's great.
Okay, our midseason MVP, guys, is blank. Let me put him up there for you. Check them out. You can pick off the board as well. Why don't you tell everybody the 4 players that are up there?
You got Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, or Tua Tagovailoa. Anson, who you picking out of those?
Or you can pick Geno Smith if you want.
Yeah, or go a la carte, off the record.
I think the Bills are so good that it should be Hurts, but if they voted right now, it'd be Josh Allen.
Maz, what about you?
Oh, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's not even going to be close this year. He is going to run away with the MVP. I know Jalen Hurts is having a really good start to this career. I want to see him finish it. I know Braylon, that's his team, the Eagles, and he really believes in them, and he loves Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen, I think this elbow injury is going to take him out of any type of MVP talk. Tua's playing phenomenal. They got some pretty damn good receivers.
But we're
on
talking
that team as
mid-season,
well.
Maz. We're
I
not
know.
talking about
Mid-season.
projecting.
Okay.
Mid-season. Who's
You're
had
right
the
about
first
that.
half of the season?
You're right about that. I'm still going to go with Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
400 yards a week. Give me Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Let's see. If I got to go out, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Tua. I mean, a lot of people doubted that dude coming into this season, but you take him off that Dolphins team and put an average quarterback on there, I don't think they're doing the same thing. I mean, crunch time comes around. I know Flannel Sam hates this argument, but Tua wins. 70% of the starts that he's in. That's what I want out of my quarterback. I want a winner.
Well, we're going to find out what the Bills are without their MVP candidate. I like what you had to say there. I think that Allen had the best first half, but at the end of the season, I think it'll be Patty Pennies over in Kansas City.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Your defensive rookie of the year at the midterm is blank. Anson. Put them up there and let's tell everybody who they are.
Well, we've got Sauce Gardner. He's a stud. Ahmad, he's really the guy at this point for me. I am a Tariq Woolen guy. I think as we watch the season go on, I think he'll end up possibly being the guy. But, I mean, if the Lions go Sauce Gardner at number 2 instead of Aiden Hutchinson, who's up there, Jack Jones, I'm not too familiar with his game, but I think everybody in Detroit would have lost their mind if we took Sauce Gardner, and right now I'd love to have him.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner has done nothing but shut down number 1 wide receivers since he got in the league. Big interceptions, timely plays, and the dude's name is Sauce.
Yeah.
Like, if you could come with that swag to the defense.
You seen his chain? It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, give me Sauce Gardner all day as Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Sauce in New York. You can't get a better combination than that. He is a slam dunk at the midway point. Although Aiden Hutchinson's numbers are pretty good on paper, but don't forget he had that one great game.
Yeah, that one great
Washington.
half. He had the great half against Washington.
All right, how about this one? This one should be easy. The midway comeback player of the year is, let's put our contestants up.
You have Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, or Geno Smith.
Comeback player of the year.
You know, I would say Geno Smith, but he was never there to come back from.
Exactly what I was going to say, my man.
Like, what is Geno Smith coming back from? Nothingness?
From the dead. Is this the out of nowhere award or the comeback award?
If it's the out of nowhere award, Geno Smith. The blindside award, Geno Smith. The we never saw this coming award, Geno Smith. Yeah. But comeback, you got to go Derrick Henry, right?
What?
I mean,
no,
dude, the best running
man.
back in the league last year, snaps his leg, comes back this year, and he's come back as Derrick Henry.
I mean, it's kind of the same story for Saquon, and he's taking a team that is been historically bad for a decade and got him on the playoff bubble. You know, the Titans aren't going anywhere this season. I don't think so, at least. So for me, what Saquon's done for that team, being the focal point of their offense and being able to actually catch balls. Remember, Derrick Henry comes off the field quite a bit.
Okay.
You realize they did win 5 in a row until last week when they lost to the Chiefs in overtime. That would have been 6 straight wins.
We'll see at the end of the season who the Titans are.
And you realize they're now starting Malik Willis at quarterback.
Not this week.
And all he has to do is throw the ball 10 times because they have Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Derrick Henry, I mean, he's come back. King Henry's back.
How many games have the Seahawks won? What's their record? 6-3.
Correct.
Come on, man. It's Geno Smith's award.
But what's he coming back from?
The dead. The dead. You can't come back any further.
You still might take on that, but I would pick Geno as well. He came out of nowhere.
Give the man his due.
Yeah.
They wrote him off.
I'll give him
but
how
he
about
didn't
most
write back.
improved. He's most improved player this year.
Yeah.
How about that?
Fine. Change the damn thing.
change the verbiage.
Last one for you clowns. OBJ will sign with blank.
Whoever the hell he wants.
Come on, pick one.
Ugh. You know he's going to cherry pick a contender.
Yes, he is.
I don't know. Anson, go ahead so I can think.
I was thinking the Chiefs up until they got your boy Tony. They're not really looking to win anything, but how do you not go and sign with your boy Aaron Rodgers? I think he ends up a Packer because I think he knows that he might be able to take this team to the next level. He doesn't want to come in and slot in as the fourth receiver. He wants to be the guy.
Yep.
And he would be there. You know, Alan Lazard's pretty solid, but he'd be the guy there. And if he could take them to a playoff berth or wild card.
Hey, look.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's the winner. I mean, I would love him to go to the Packers. Ooh. It's probably going to be too late by the time he goes to the Packers unless they do what I expect and maybe win some games. But Cowboys are a slam dunk.
Yeah, I think so too. And Anson, I don't think he necessarily has to be the number one. I think he showed that last year going to the Rams and taking a backseat to Cooper Kupp. So he doesn't necessarily want to go be the man anymore. And you put him and CeeDee Lamb on the same field, pretty dangerous.
And Gallup as a 3, plus Dalton Schultz. That's a formidable. Look at the backfield they got: Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard.
Pollard looks special.
They can play. They can make some noise.
Certainly.
The Cowboys.
You know where else you can make some noise?
Where?
The Folding Warehouse, baby.
There's a lot of noise in the Folding Warehouse. And Hamtramck, because you're throwing a football at a bunch of bowling pins.
Hey,
2 ways
forget
to
about
play
it.
$12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation for $120. You get it for 2 hours, but you put 10 or 12 of your closest friends on a lane. So do the math. It's less than $10 a head. Whatever drink you want, multiple full bars, and a great beer menu. Over 100 beers to offer, and the $2 mystery beer machine. Get your fold on right now. FoldingWarehouse.com's the place.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The Bacon Blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
You have an opinion, make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Planet Fitness. It is a judgment-free zone, and it's only $10 a month. That's right. Just $10 a month. You could go in, get your fitness, look good naked. That's the most important thing from Planet Fitness. It's a judgment-free zone, and you can get that black card where you can get the unlimited. They got the body massages. They got the hydro massages. All types of beds, all types of good stuff going on at Planet Fitness. They treat us so well here at Woodward Sports. They're even our studio sponsor. So you're looking to get into shape. You're looking to just feel a little better. Only one place to go, Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni. We have Anson Wells filling in for Braylon Edwards today. Tom Mazawey is here. Fletch, and of course the one, the only, Rogelio from Woodward Tigers, handling the beats today. We appreciate your effort. Thank you so much, Rogelio, from stepping up big. JB called in like an hour before the show. He was sick. He just couldn't make it. And I know if JB's calling off, that dude really sick.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I want to ask Rogelio a question before we keep rolling on football here. Earlier today, the Astros GM, this is the Astros we're talking about, the world champs. What do you guys think it is? Their GM, James Click, is not returning to the team. Raj, I got to ask you, that kind of smells a little to me.
Yeah, and there's been rumors about this going on all season, too, that he might not come back regardless of what happens with Houston. And so they've turned over not only the roster, but they've turned over quite a bit of the front office in the last 5 seasons. So I think it's I don't get it, but it's been around since the beginning of the year, and he's done a hell of a job completely changing over the roster, all farm talent, and bringing in the right people. But I mean, this is a guy who's with the Rays for 15 years and goes down there, does the same, picks it up in Houston, and again, I'm not really sure why. It doesn't make any sense.
A world champion losing their general manager, and they've been to 4 out of the last 6 World Series. I don't get it. That's why they ask you your opinion on that. And JV, by the way, Justin Verlander, talked to the media in Houston and basically said, I'm never going to the New York Yankees. He put it this way: why would I want to get booed in front of my home fans? And the Yankees kind of poo-poo analytics and this and that. I like it the other way. He doesn't like the Bronx. I wonder where he's going to go. Probably the same place, right?
I'm assuming he's going to go back to Houston. And I just want to curve everybody Tiger fans out there that are in the YouTube chat. He's not coming to Detroit. Sorry.
Yes, he is.
No, it's not.
There's an article up on WoodwardSports.com right now written by one Sam Stick Day.
That's got to be the gospel then.
He should come to Detroit. It makes so much sense for him to come back to Detroit. I mean, it makes sense for Mike Ilitch to give him a blank check and say, hey, buddy, let's get some butts back in these stands.
You mean Chris?
Yeah, Chris, I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Mike Ilitch. And it makes sense for Verlander to return here. His wife is from Michigan. He wants to retire a Tiger, or I hope he wants to retire a Tiger. To me, if he doesn't return, he's going in the Hall of Fame as an Astro, and I don't want to see that. I want Justin Verlander back in Detroit, and I think he'll come.
He's got too much left in the tank right now to come right now.
Thank you.
I still see that happening.
He's coming. Everybody's
a possibility, maybe his last 2 years, but the Tigers are clearly not there yet. They're at least 1 or 3 years away.
And let him lead the charge with the young pitchers.
There you go, but not yet.
Right, exactly. He's got too much winning he's got to do, and he's going to make a lot more money. Detroit's not going to give him the money he wants. So again, I know it's all sentimental, and I love that kind of thing, nostalgia. Every time we post a Tigers highlight, everybody gets all pumped up about it. But no, wait. When he's 44 or 43, however long, until he hits that 300, for now, I just don't see him coming back.
Come back to Florida, Pablo, honey.
His dominance at his age is crazy.
Remember the Jerky Boys?
Yeah, that's
Pablo, honey, come back to Florida. Are you washing your ass? Listen, it makes sense for him to come. I don't know what other uniform he would wear, but either way, I'm glad that he clowned the pinstripes, because that's what you do. The Yankees are a bunch of clowns.
Oh, you are too much.
Huh?
You are just too much.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're a Yankee guy.
You just got to always be the devil?
No, I just hate the Yankees. The Yankees and the Cowboys have been shoved down my throat as a sports fan since I was little. I was told the Cowboys were America's team. I was told there's mysticism in the pinstripes. There's no mysticism. They play on a little league field. That's why they're hitting all these bombs.
Everybody else can hit on it as well.
Yeah, but guess what? They only play half the season there. That's what I'm saying, Maz. When you play your full season there and you get 41, you get 81 games at home, you're going to hit more home runs.
Who cares? Home runs don't win you championships.
And that's why the Yankees haven't won a damn thing in a while.
They still have to play on all the other fields as well.
Half the season.
Stop being a whiner.
I'm not whining. Those are facts.
Sounds like a whiner to me.
So listen, when you go and you're a hitter for the Colorado Rockies and you hit more home runs, it has anything to do with being does that have anything to do with playing in a home ballpark?
Doesn't matter. They made one World Series in the history of the Rockies. It don't matter.
But I'm saying the ballpark you play in as a home team gives you an advantage on those statistics.
Maz, are you a Lakers fan too?
Maz is a front-runner fan. Yeah.
No.
The Yankees?
Anson, I was born and raised in northeast New Jersey, Hudson County.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Oh, jeez.
New Jersey's rough, dude.
By the way, there's
it's like Detroit East over there.
I've been here for 29 years.
Yeah, Camden,
the rest of my years were in Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey, God's country.
Are you a New Jerseyite or are you a Michigander now? What do you consider yourself?
I'm here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right.
29 years. Next year, I will be, 2 more years, I will be half my life in each place, if I make it that long. I'll be half my life in each place. 31 years and 31 years.
By the way, there's some breaking news.
What do we got?
We got A.J. Parker was released.
The Lions cornerback?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you for Don Burr in our chat for letting us know.
That's what you got to love about the WoodwardSports.com
I don't
chat.
know if that's official because I kind of looked on Twitter. I didn't see anything.
They're always coming in with the facts.
Would you guys like to have thrown our hat in on Jonathan Abrams? Who was just released and signed?
Anything for this defense,
Absolutely.
yes. Throw your hat in.
I was a little upset they didn't try.
It's official. Lions have waived him.
It's official. See, WoodwardSports.com chat had it before anybody, baby. For breaking news, go to WoodwardSports.com chat.
Don Burr had it. Give it to Don.
Yeah.
The Lions are going to go after. They'll have one of the top waiver picks for the Chargers. The Chargers just released their former #1 pick. He's a cornerback, and his name escapes me right now. Someone will pop it up in the chat here in just a second. But on Monday, he will be out to waivers, and he will be picked up by somebody, maybe the Lions. Former #1 pick.
That's fine.
I like those guys.
Well, you can't get worse.
When you're not paying heavily for them on either financially or draft capital, and you can pull them in and see if they've still got some in the tank. We've been successful with some of those guys. I'd like to see it again.
How's it going, Maz? What you catching up over?
No, I was just waiting to see who the name was, so I could say who it was.
Oh, that's all right.
The Chargers cut.
Do you want to get into? I know we kind of got sidetracked with a little bit of baseball, but do you want to get into some college sports happening?
Well, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got our picks.
Ooh, it's time for Pick'em on a Friday.
I got to keep us on time. I got to keep Fletch happy.
Yeah, you do. And when Fletch is unhappy, this whole show goes to crap. So Les Stanford Chevrolet, their show never goes to crap, and they always have the cars for you. Plus, they even have those brand new Corvettes, which are, if you haven't seen those new Corvettes, go down there right off Michigan Avenue in Dearborn and check them out. Beautiful automobiles, and they got them for you. Plus, they are the lease experts. You want to get out of your lease and get into something brand spanking new. I was told by people at Les Stanford that November is the best month to buy with all the cash rebates. So go to Les Stanford today and find new roads.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment's got everything you need to get the job done. If you got a job coming up, a big project coming up, Alta Rental has got you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Time, it matters.
Hey.
Gary matters too. He's down 62 pounds. Shout out to Custom Health. Welcome back to the Ermanni, Maz, and Braylon show. Oh, I said that all wrong. The Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
Give me top billing today at least. They're not here.
It's the Maz show featuring Anson and Stick.
There you go.
How's that?
By the way, Jerry Tillery, defensive tackle, was the guy that was released from the Chargers, and supposedly there will be some teams lining up to grab him, the former #1 draft pick. I don't know why the Chargers have gotten rid of him, but we'll find out, I guess. See if the Lions are one of the teams that put a waiver claim in.
One man's trash, another man's treasure. So hopefully he's our treasure. You want to do our pick'em, Maz?
Yeah, let's do.
Since you are the lead now and the head dog of this show, let's
yes,
go.
Sir. Okay.
The Maz show.
We're going around, man. Here we go. Our first game of the week is the Lions at the Bears. The Bears are giving 2.5 points at home in Chicago. Stick, you can go first.
I'm taking the Lions.
You're taking the Lions?
I would take them straight money line too.
Okay. The Lions it is.
I always bet against the Lions. That way, either way, I win.
Adam, you keep track, Adam. Adam Morency here. We'll keep track and see how we do. So what do we got? 2 Lions?
I'm going Bears.
Bears? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to take the Bears, although this is definitely one the Lions can win. So 2.5, that's pretty low. So if the Bears win, they got to cover the 2.5, at least win by a field goal. Next up, the Seahawks and the Bucks. This is a 9:30 in the morning game from Germany. So if you have your fantasy players, you better get them in early. Buccaneers a 3-point favored. They are technically home in this game. Seahawks or Bucks? Anson.
I'm going Seahawks on this one.
You're going to take them for win number 7.
Wow.
It's hard for me to go against Tom Brady on a big stage like that to show off who he is to another nation. But the Seahawks are really rolling right now.
3 million tickets were asked for this game, by the way. 3 million tickets. People wanted to go that bad to watch this game. What do you got, Stick?
I got the Bucks far and away, and Anson stole my logic behind that. Tom Brady's never been able to put his skills on display in Germany, so I think he's going to go there and show them what American football is all about.
I'll take the Bucks as well. Oh, here we go. The Vikings at the Bills. Bills home, 3.5-point favorites. Josh Allen questionable, missed most of practice today. He got in at the end a little bit, so there's a little glimmer of hope that Josh Allen might get in. If not, it's Case Keenum against his old team, the Vikings. Who wants to go first in this one?
I'll take this one. Bills, -3.5. I don't care if Josh Allen plays or not. I think Josh Allen is going to play. I think they've just been resting him and slow playing it. He's going to get out there, but even if not, they have enough weapons to beat the Vikings. I think the Vikings are the most fraudulent 7-1 team I've ever seen in my life, or 8-1, whatever they are.
7-1.
7-1. They're the most fraudulent 7-1 team I've ever seen.
I'd have to echo that. They definitely are not a true 7-1 team.
But they win.
That being said, they figured out how to win games. I don't think that Josh Allen plays this weekend. I think you got to keep that young, talented arm healthy, and the Bills will do that. They've faced the Browns and Lions after that. They might sit him for 3 weeks.
They should.
They should. So I'll take the Vikes.
You're taking the Vikes?
I am.
I'm going to take the Bills regardless. I love this game because everyone, I think, will be on the Vikings. If Josh Allen doesn't play, that spread might even creep up to 4 or 4.5.
For sure.
I still think the Bills win this game. They're going to make them my best bet of the week. Broncos at the Titans. Broncos desperate. They need a win. Titans trying to get back into the winning column. Titans a favorite, but only a 2.5-point home favorite in this one. I'll let Anson go first.
An unstoppable force up against a really, really tough defense, but the Broncos just have zero offense. I'm going to take the home team here. Give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm with you. Tennessee, the Broncos. I mean, unless the ghost of Russell Wilson shows up and he turns back into a good player, I don't see the Broncos winning too many games. I would like to see Orchard Lake St. Mary's KJ Hamler get a touchdown, though.
Dolchich.
Right. I'll tell you, the spread on this game is way too low.
I agree.
So it makes you something stinks in this game. It really does.
Vegas knows, baby.
Yeah, it makes you want to take the Broncos in this game. They had 10 days off, played in Europe, played in England. Now they get the week off. They come back. They got the Titans. Titans off a loss to Kansas City. Man, everything points the Broncos' way here with that number. But like you said, man, how can I bet an offense that doesn't score?
Yeah, you can.
I got to take the Titans to cover 2.5 at home. Here's the game of the week. I think it is still. Although the shine is off the Packers. They're still at Lambeau. The Cowboys coming to visit. And the Packers are an underdog at Lambeau Field. Green Bay getting 4.5 there, Grouch.
Green Bay loses 6 in a row. Aaron Rodgers cries, blames every teammate under the planet, throws everybody under the bus, including his coach, Matt LaFleur, and says he quits, and then he goes and tries to host Jeopardy, and he's told there he is also a loser, and he is no longer able to do that.
Okay. So the Cowboys. Okay.
I agree with everything that he said, except the Packers cover.
There you go. Now you're talking. Of course, I'm taking the Packers in this game.
Is he going to win 6 or lose 6 games in a row? Though?
It's impossible.
I don't know, man.
Isn't it impossible?
It's home game.
If I would have told you 5 games at the beginning of the season, you would have told me that was impossible. They just lost to the Lions.
That's very fair.
To the Lions. And listen, I love the Lions. You guys know how much I love the Lions, but if we're putting the smackdown on you and you're only putting up 9 points against the Lions, what are you going to do against the rest of the league?
Let's talk about 2 very fluky goal line turnovers, though. That game could have gone very differently.
Yeah, too bad Aaron Rodgers loves to throw interceptions.
I loved it.
All right, the Cardinals at the Rams.
Oof.
Rams a 1-point home favorite.
God.
The Rams are in free fall. Probably no Matt Stafford. Did not practice today. In concussion protocol. Look out for Johnny Wofford for the L.A. Rams against Kyler Murray and the Hard Knock Cardinals. Who you got?
Hey, don't forget, Johnny Wofford has playoff experience.
He does. Over who? Jared Goff.
Over Jared Goff. But who came back and saved with his broken thumb? Jared Goff got back on the field.
He did.
I'm not revisionist with my history. Goff showed up for the Rams. Either way, I hate this game because I want nothing more than the Rams to lose every single game, but I do not trust the Cardinals at any point. I'm going to go Cardinals just as a heart pick.
Nuck is back. The offense is looking much better. Their running backs have gotten healthy. I think that the Cards are going to roll them and push them further down so we get a higher draft pick.
I love it. Every time I watch that lose column get a little bit higher for the Rams, I get a little bit more excited.
I'll tell you, man.
Maz, are you surprised by this spread of 1?
Yeah.
Me too.
It's surprising, but again, it's a quarterback, and they're in a free fall as well. There's not a doubt about it. You know what? I want to take the Rams in the worst way because they're the better team.
They are.
They're just the better team, regardless.
But Cam Akers sucks now. Cooper Kupp is hurt. No Stafford.
I know, but Aaron Donald.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm gonna take the Rams to win a game at home against a very underachieving Cardinal team. Kyler Murray is not impressive at all, and he might be on the trade block before you know it. Would you take him? Here in Detroit.
No, you must be over this tall to be the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. I'm sorry.
All right, lastly, the night game, Sunday night, it's the Chargers at the Niners. Niners a solid 7-point favorite in this one. Who goes?
Big spread.
Niners.
Big spread.
I'm going Niners.
I'm agreeing.
They're on the hot streak right now. They got their new toy in Christian McCaffrey. Like, imagine trying to game plan for Christian McCaffrey after that 3-touchdown game.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, throwing the ball and running the ball. He's going to cause defense nightmares, and Kyle Shanahan knows how to use him.
And they get Debo back too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
scary offense.
It's Sunday night football. There's very rarely a blowout game. That's the only reason I'll take the Chargers to cover. I like the Niners to win. I got the Niners to win the Super Bowl. If they stay healthy, if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, they're going to win the Super Bowl. That's my pick right now.
7 points are a lot to cover, man.
7's a lot, especially on a Sunday night game.
Yep.
I think the Chargers cover that. Justin Herbert has a good game. Austin Eckler keeps him in the game. Who knows? We'll see.
Even with no Tillery?
Yeah, no Tillery. They cut him. He'll be a Lion or a Texan.
By the way, Murray is going to be a game-time decision on Sunday, so just for fantasy people.
Who's the backup in the Cardinals? Do you know?
Josh Rosen. No.
He was their number one pick way
Isn't
back
that great?
when.
Like, imagine if I know we freak out that we've taken tight ends as top 10 picks. I know we freaked out at we've taken so many wide receivers early in the draft. Imagine using your number one pick on a quarterback, then the next year saying, nope, that wasn't the guy, and doubling down and spending another number one pick on a quarterback who 3 or 4 years later you're like, well, that wasn't the guy either. Like, my God. So at least idiocracy happens around the NFL, not just here in Detroit.
Mark Sanchez.
You wanted Mark Sanchez?
No, it's just
in terms of who's the backup
example after example of highly rated, highly drafted
He got the
quarterbacks
2
that don't
AFC
work out.
championship games. 2.
And a butt
Fair.
fumble.
Yep, that's
Fair.
how he ended his career with the Jets. The butt fumble on Thanksgiving. By the way, Mark Sanchez is doing our game this week with Kevin Kugler.
Nice.
He will be on the call at 5.
There we go.
You guys are going to laugh. It's Colt McCoy's the backup
Colt
quarterback.
McCoy.
There you go. Why not?
I'm doubling down on the Rams.
Gunslinger.
Double down on the
McCoy
Rams.
versus Warford, the battle we've been waiting for.
Wow.
It sounds like a Civil War battle or something like that.
The Hatfields and the McCoys.
Yeah.
For sure.
There we go. Well, that game won't be looking good, but you know what will be looking good? Anybody, if they go into Lady Jane's and get their hair cut, because they got that precision style haircut. You get the neck rub, you get the shampoo, you get the whole treatment, and you can walk in anytime. Listen, we're guys, we don't really like to plan out our haircuts. It's like, oh man, today I need a haircut. Let's go get one. You can walk into any local Lady Jane's. They have them here in Metro Detroit and all around the country. So if you're out traveling, make sure you hit up those Lady Jane's too and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you, because Lady Jane's is wicked awesome. Wicked.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4BIG-FROG.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, folks, how about some shopping, some eating, and some playing? You can do it all at once and at one place. Decked Out Detroit presents the downtown Detroit market, the Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway. There's outdoor fun for everyone and rides, games, and snacks. Get on down there and find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Decked Out Detroit's got this thing. It's called Puck Putt. It's like putt-putt, but with hockey sticks like Adam Sandler used to do.
Yeah.
So
how cute.
Yeah, get downtown and do some putt-putt down there.
And you can check the clock out for the Detroit draft, which is coming up.
Yeah, the draft is coming up. Tree
man.
lighting is going to be going on right down there by
the
Monroe
countdown
Street
for the
Midway.
draft in 2 years.
Oh, the draft is going to
be amazing.
I'm preparing my liver now. That is going to be a fun week. I cannot wait for that week. Honestly, like
yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
By the time that comes around, where Woodward Sports is going to be too, it's going to be special. Plus, we have great partnerships with Bedrock, who owns all the properties downtown. We got some things planning for you, and those meetings are a lot of fun to go to. I gotta let you know. Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. That is Anson Wells filling in for Braylon Edwards. That is Tom Mazawey, and this is the Maz Show featuring Anson and Stick. What else did you want to talk about today, man?
Hey, the Red Wings were red hot until last night when the New York Rangers came to town. Actually, they played a decent game, except for about a 5-minute span. They wound up losing to the Rangers 8-2. They'll hit the road now for 4, starting in L.A. tomorrow. They're still sitting at 17 points, which puts them second or third in the East, so well above where they should be on the Iser plan. You got the Knicks and the Pistons tonight from the Garden. I don't know, man. The last time the Knicks had their chance at the Pistons, guys, you know what happened. They blew them out of the gym. Who you like tonight?
I like the Knicks again. Their second squad, their bench is just so good. They're a top 5 bench squad. We're a bottom 2 bench squad.
But we got a good starting 5.
Sure.
One of the highest scoring starting 5s in the NBA.
Well, because they have to stay out there.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, no, I like the Knicks in that game. This is another situation. It's all of Detroit. Losing 22, all right? 23 is all of our years for every team.
It better be.
I want that Victor ping pong ball. Just give me a few.
Oh, man. Man, that would be, for everything I hear about the kid, he is as advertised.
Oh, he's absolutely wildly talented, and at his stature and fluidity and his ability to put the ball on the floor, block shots and alter shots, and hit the 3. And the guy is so smooth. He's young. He's playing, men in Europe right now.
He's being mentioned by Adam Silver. At the beginning of the year, he's like, I know everyone is in for this Victor, and I don't want to hack his last name up.
Wembanyama.
Yeah. When the commissioner of basketball is saying his name, you know he must be the real deal, because every team, no tanking allowed, right? The NBA doesn't want tanking, but a lot of teams will try to tank. Pistons are doing it the right way, at least. The young kids are out there trying to hang.
Could you imagine him in the middle of our lineup with the youth movement that we have? I mean, if the NBA is smart, they'd rig that thing and let him land here so they know that they've got a team for the 20s in the Eastern Conference.
Hey, I don't think the NBA is ever about doing Detroit any favors, though. So,
hey, in 04, we got a hell of a
favor.
whistle, man. I love the whistle that we got in 2004. It's the only time in my entire
18
lifetime.
18 years ago, you're going back to when we got a whistle.
We never got a whistle in any other sport ever. But that 2004, the NBA made sure that it was at least evenly called, and you've never seen that with the Lakers before. It's always
And then what
in
did the
their
NBA
favor.
do promptly following the 04 season? Change the rules. So,
Kinda
even
like
though they
after the Bad Boys too,
gave us the fair call because that was within the rules, what did they do the next year? They changed the rules. They were like, we don't want teams holding people under 70 anymore.
And it was the same deal with what happened with the Bad Boys afterwards. No more hand checking. Let's
the
push
Jordan rules.
Exactly.
The Jordan rules. What do you guys think of the new City Edition jerseys? I know Woodward Sports got a couple of beauties out there. A couple of nice pullovers. I saw.
We did our own edition of them, kind of mocking these. They say Woodward with the numbers on them, but I like these uniforms.
I do too.
They're better than the teal ones. I'll go on record as saying that, and they're much better than the CLT and the Cream City uniforms.
Oh, the CLTs.
Do you see the?
The CLTs.
The CLT uniform.
Yeah, I want to wear
a lot of CLTs in Cream City apparently.
Yeah,
Listen.
Cream City and CLTs go together.
Anybody that compares the garbage teal jerseys to these artworks doesn't understand the history of St. Cecilia's gym. When I was 10 years old, I got to go see Magic Johnson, Isaiah, Mark Aguirre, Doug Smith, John Sal, all these crazy Detroit players playing at that very, very basketball historical place. To see them commemorate that with these colors, and they're just cold as hell. And who designed them?
Big Sean.
That's your guy.
That is. Woodward Sports, let's go. He's the one who coined that phrase.
I think they look sharp as hell.
Yeah, I like them. They're really good.
Clean.
Beautiful.
So clean. It's Detroit.
So sexy.
Easily to read.
Do they remind you of a Verner's can, though? That's a lot of pushback we've been getting. It looks like a Verner's can.
Where's Verner's from?
Detroit.
Yeah. That's right. Let's do it.
The only thing is, it's not the piston colors. I think that's what's throwing people off. I think.
Yeah, teal's not either, Matt.
It was for an era. An era.
Yeah, the worst era ever. Joe Dumars flat out told Doug Collins, do not ever have me wear a teal penny during practice.
Yep. The players all
Such
hated
a
him. That's part of Anson. I running this into the back with all the young kids all the time.
I know. I saw him shaking his head.
They weren't around during it, so they don't know the pain. Like they don't get it. And honestly,
Pistons.
But think about it from their perspective. Their whole lives, the Pistons have sucked. They've even sucked in red, white, and blue. So what's the difference between teal and red, white, and blue for these kids? Nothing. We experienced back-to-back championships, Teal Drought championship. Like, that's how I associate.
But you
the
had
team.
Grant Hill in the Teal.
Great. We also had
one of my least liked
we also had the
Pistons of all
Junkyard Dog.
times.
And we also had
Bye-bye,
Terry
Grant Hill.
Mills. We also had
I
Bison
love 3
Daly.
Mills.
We also had
How
John
about Menzel?
Crotty.
3 Mills.
Like,
Don't be talking on 3 Mills.
I can
Grant
talk about
Hill, I'm
anybody
happy he
outside of
gone,
Grant
man.
Hill and Jerry Stackhouse wearing those jerseys.
Stack was the
Stacey
man.
Ogman.
He got housed.
That's right.
Yeah, remember Steve Stockman was wearing those jerseys too.
Well, it's 4 o'clock, y'all. We are out for the weekend. Who's going to win the Michigan State game tonight?
Michigan State, dog.
Maz, who you got?
Happy Veterans Day. Go green. Go white.
And we cannot emphasize that enough. Anybody who's ever served this country in any capacity, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Without
Dad.
you doing any sacrifice, we could not be up here talking sports with freedom, doing what we want on the internet. Like, the amount of respect I have for anybody who's put on a uniform, whether you've gone overseas, whether you just cooked in the kitchen, whatever you did to participate in keeping this country great, thank you so much. We appreciate you here at woodwardsports.com. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you later.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.